Very good morning, children. I, Srinashmi, your physics teacher, DAV RTPP. Today we are going to discuss about the derivation of lens formula. First of all, what is lens? Already in last class we have discussed about the lens and different types of lenses. Lens is nothing but it is a transparent material which have at least one curved surface. There are different types of lenses: convex lens, concave lens, plano convex lens, plano concave lens, and concavo convex lens. Convex lens is defined as the lens which have thicker at middle and thinner at edges is called as convex lens. Whereas concave lens is the lens which have thinner at middle and thicker at edges is called as concave lens. Today we are going to discuss about lens formula. So what is lens formula? Lens formula is 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u, where f is the focal length, v is image distance and u is the object distance. Focal length is nothing but the distance between pole and focus point. The distance between pole and focus point is called as focal length. The distance from pole to focus point. So this length we are taking as focal length and it is represented with the symbol small f. And v is the image distance, the distance from pole to image. The distance from pole to image, this distance is called as image distance and this is represented with the symbol v. And then u is object distance. Object distance is the distance between the object and the pole. The distance from pole to object, this distance is called as object distance and it is represented with symbol u. F is focal length, v is image distance and u is object distance. Here we have taken the convex lens. So this symbol is for convex lens, whereas this symbol is for concave. This is convex and this is concave. So here we have taken the convex lens. So before the convex lens, we have keep one object which is OO dash. Here OO dash is the object and II dash is the image formed for this object. And here we are taking two light rays. One is parallel to principal axis and the second ray is passes to optic center. Already we know when the light ray coming from the object which is parallel to principal axis, after refraction it passes to focus point. And one more way, that is if the light ray passes to optic center, it does not deviate because it passes through optic center. The ray which passes to optic center, there is no refraction takes place, so it will move in a straight path without changing in its path. So these two rays meet at this point, so image is formed at the point of intersection of these two refracted rays. Here II dash is the image. To derive the lens formula, here we are considering that the triangles PP dash F1 and F1 II dash are the similar triangles. So what are the triangles? PP dash F1 and F1 II dash. This triangle and this triangle. These two triangles are the similar triangles. Already we know the property of similar triangles, the ratio of their sides are equal. So from the same property we are applying here, then we will get PP dash by IA dash is equal to PF1 by F1I. So PP dash by IA dash is equal to PF1 by F1I. And from the diagram, so PF1 F1I is equal to PI minus PF1. So we are writing in place of F1I PI minus PF1. So we will write the same thing, the value of this F1I in the first equation, then we will get PP dash by II dash is equal to PF1 by PI minus PF1. So this, instead of this F1I, we are writing PI minus PF1. Then we have to take another set of similar triangles from the same figure. Here we have taken OO dash P, OO dash P, this OO dash P and PII dash. ratio of their sides are equal. So here we have taken OO dash, and for this triangle we have taken II dash, and the other side will take PO by PI. OO dash by II dash is equal to PO by PI. Then here if we observe the figure, this OO dash is equal to PP dash. OO dash is equal to PP dash because these two have the same length. So instead of OO dash, we will write PP dash. So we will write PP dash in place of OO dash. Then this equation becomes PP dash by II dash is equal to PO by PN. PO by PN. From equations 2 and 3, what is second equation? PP dash by II dash is equal to PF1 by PI minus PF1. Similarly, here we get PP dash by II dash is equal to PO by PN. So here also PP dash by II dash, here also PP dash by II dash. Here the LHS are equal, so we can equate RHS also. So we will write PF1 by PI minus PF1 is equal to PO by PA. So from this equation, PF1 by PI minus PF1, PF1 by PI minus PF1, that is equal to PO by PA, PO by PA. So here we are writing the reciprocal of the equation. So both sides we are taking the reciprocal. Then it will become PO by PA become PI by PO is equal to, this ratio also becomes reciprocal, that means the numerator we have to write in denominator, denominator into numerator. So PI minus PF1 by PF1. So here we will write this denominator for the two terms, then it will become PI by PO is equal to PI by PF1 minus PF1 by PF1. Here PF1, PF1 both get cancelled and the remaining terms are PI by PO is equal to PI by PF1 minus 1. If we take PI from these two terms as common, then we will get 1 by PO is equal to 1 by PF1 minus 1 by PI1. We have to multiply with PI on both sides. Or we can take the common as PI in both sides. Then we will get the equation, that is 1 by PO is equal to 1 by PF1 minus 1 by PI. Here PO, that means the distance between pole and object. Here PF1 is the distance between pole and focus point, and PI is the distance from pole to image. We know distance from pole to object is object distance, so we have written U. The distance from pole to focus is focal length, that is F, and the distance from pole to image, that is image distance V. So here why we have written minus here? So here we are applying the sign convention rules. So apply sign convention rules. What are sign convention rules? Sign convention rules are, the first one is all the distances should be measured from the pole. So any distance we have to measure from the pole. And the second one, if the distance we are measuring in the direction of incident ray, they are taken as positive. If we are measuring the distance in the opposite direction of the incident ray, then we have to take them as negative. The distances we are measuring in the same direction is taken as positive. If we are measuring in opposite direction, then we have to take as negative. And the third one is the distances we have to measure from above the principal axis are taken as positive and below the principal axis are taken as negative. Here PO, the distance from pole to object. So we have to measure the distance from pole. So we need to start from this point, and from object means we have to measure in this direction. Whereas incident ray is in opposite direction to this. So here the object distance we have taken as negative. Why? Because those two are in opposite directions. Next PF1, focal length. We have to measure from the pole to focus point, and the incident ray is also in the same direction. So here the focal length is positive. 1 by V minus 1 by U. And if we want to measure the length, focal length experimentally, we can do an activity. So for that we have to take the stand, we have to take a long table, on that we have to take a V stand. On that V stand we need to keep a convex lens. And here for the object we are taking the candle. So what are the method required to find the focal length of the given lens? To find the focal length of the given lens, we need the lens to which we need to calculate the focal length, and the candle as object, and the V stand to place the lens, and to keep all these things we need a long table, and one more thing we have to take, that is screen. So here we will take white paper as a screen. First of all we have to place a V stand. On the V stand we have to place a convex lens, and we have to take the candle, and we need to place the candle in front of the convex lens at any distance. Like that distance we have to take as 30 centimeter. So initially we have to keep the candle at 30 centimeter from the lens. Then so after placing the lens and the candle, we need to place a white paper, and we have to adjust the position of white paper in such a way that at one particular distance we will get the image of this candle on the white paper clearly. So where we will get the image of the flame clearly, at that position we need to stop the paper, and we have to measure the distance from the paper to lens. That distance we have to take it as image distance, and the distance from candle to lens we have to take it as object distance. So this is the object distance, and V is the image distance that we have to measure from lens to paper. And again we have to replace the candle with 40